As I was in this situation, this unique opportunity, I realized that the very skill sets I was developing years ago in a situation that seemed unfortunate at the time were the very skills that I needed to excel now in a situation that was like a dream come true. And it reminded me of this idea that if you could not question your journey along your journey and give yourself, your full entire self to the day and the task at hand, you won't see immediately why you need to do the things that you do. But when you put those incremental tasks, those incremental progressions together, you're building something around you that you couldn't even understand at the moment, but it's going to sustain you in the long run. That's why when you have a vision or when you're working towards something, it's so important that you focus on the process that you're in and not the result that you're seeking, because the amount of development that's happening inside of you, the confidence that you're building, the way in which you move. For example, can you give the type of energy and the type of passion that you need to give without someone clapping for you? Can you put yourself in a situation where you give it your all, regardless of what a crowd, a person, a supporter says? Can you still move in the same way? Or do you find yourself as an individual who the way in which you move is literally dependent upon the way in which people receive you? Because if you move in a particular way, depending on how people receive you, that means that you're not consistent in what you're doing. And that means that everywhere you go, you're going to be like a wave in the water. No one can depend on what you're doing. I can't depend on your skill. I can't depend on you showing up, because the inside of you is attached to it, the external rewards. But on your journey, and if you have a vision, and I'm of the belief that when that comes to you, you have to start moving in a way that says, regardless of what the external circumstances say to me, I'm going to put forth my very best effort in a way that allows you to know that I'm absolutely moving in my purpose. There's nothing around me that won't stop this. The fire that's within me keeps coming. It's coming from somewhere deep. It doesn't depend on what you say about this. It doesn't depend on how it's received. You understand that when you hear this, it's coming from somewhere real. And each and every one of us have that gift. Each and every one of us have that talent. Each and every one of us have that calling. But it's on us to say, where is it coming from? How do I move? And in what ways do I stay obedient? Right? In what ways do I stay obedient to the plan that was given to me, regardless of what is happening around me? I can't be dependent on what you say. I have respect for you, but I cannot be dependent on what you say to me, because if that's the case, then I can't move the way in which I'm supposed to move. My step will be dependent on what you do. My step will be dependent on what you say, right? And I'm of the belief that when we talk about what we do, we have to understand that when we're moving, we don't just have to do the assignment. We have to put ourselves in a position where we're walking in alignment. And when we say we're walking in alignment, that means that everything that's a part of you, everything that you want to do, you're doing it with the level of excellence, because that's what you want to be a part of. It's not about what you're doing for me. It's not about what you say back to me. Much respect to you, but it's not about what you say back to me. This comes from somewhere real. And when you own that, I think something happens. The things you look for are already looking for you. They look for you. Now you're moving in a way where you exchange your expectation for just the appreciation of the moment. Right? You're sitting in the moment and you say, you know what? I'm giving it my all because I move in a way that tells me that regardless of what comes back to me, I have to move with a sense of energy and a sense of purpose that I want to leave my legacy right here and right now. I'm not waiting for another day to say, this is who I am. This is how Isaac Serwanga moves. I want you to know that the energy that is within me, right? The fire that is within me cannot be stopped because it doesn't come from out here. It's not dependent on anything out here. And when we can share that with each other, that's inspiration. Because now you see me walking the way I'm supposed to walk. It might give you the fire that you need to walk the way. Come on now. Come on now. It might give you the energy that you need on the day that you don't have it. On the day when you're like, I don't know, maybe 75% will be good. And then something's breathes life into you and you say, you know what? I can move with something different today. I have another gear today. There's something within me today. right? I'm in alignment. I'm in alignment with my creator, the Alpha and the Omega. I'm in alignment with that. The omniscient and the omnipresent, the one who knows the end and the beginning, who breathed life into me before I spoke my first word, right? Who put strength in me before I took my first step, who knows my strengths, my talents, and my abilities, who knew of me before I was even a figment of someone's imagination or a twinkle in my daddy's eye. When you're in alignment with that, when you understand that we're all created from something that special, something beautiful comes out of you. You walk in your calling, your purpose, your gift. Man, if I could leave any message for anyone who's on their journey, it's just like, stop looking for the reward. The reward is what you do. The reward is your alignment. That's it. That's the reward. And everything you're looking for, and everything you're thinking about, everything you're dreaming about, everything you're reaching for will begin to reach for you. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking from words. It'll reach for you. It'll reach for you in ways where you say, what? Where'd you come from? How do you know me? How'd you see that? Me? You, because I feel you. We caught your energy. We know you're walking in your purpose. So now you're doing what you're supposed to do, and understand you have to have this belief that when you do what you are called to do, the people, the stuff, the whatever, the environment that needs you is looking for you. So when you do what you're supposed to do, that which needs to find you hunts you. There's a match. There's a match. So often we get caught up in waiting and looking for the thing instead of doing and being the thing. Be it, become it, walk in it, sit in it, imagine it, live it, love it. Love it, sit and love it, and watch what happens when you put that type of energy out. Watch what happens. Play with it. Someone says, I see you. I see you. I see the way in which you're approaching how you do what you do. I don't do what you do, but I like that you do what you do with excellence. You know why we love watching a LeBron James play the game of basketball? You know why we love watching the Tiger Woods play at the highest peak? You know why we love watching a Barack Obama give a speech? Because we're watching excellence and greatness at hand. And the excellence and greatness in us recognizes the excellence and greatness in them. That's why we love watching people do excellent things. It's not because we're distant. It's because we're connected. When you sit and you watch someone do something at an incredible level, when you watch Denzel act at the reason why we love watching people do things at an excellent level is because it's the excellence in you that is calling you, saying, don't you see what we're supposed to be? Don't you see how we're supposed to move? Don't you see that is our nature? Don't you see that's our resonance? Don't you see that is our match? Don't you see us in them? So the next time you see someone operating at the excellent level, and the reason why you can't take your eyes off them, it's because it's the excellence in you reminding you of who you are. It's saying, I see, hey, you like that, huh? Because that's us. That's us. I believe that our nature is excellence. Our nature is excellence. Our nature is excellence. Of course it takes obedience. Of course it takes discipline. Of course you're going to fail. Of course you overcome imposter syndrome. Of course you have overcome adversity. Of course there are going to be situations that you're put in where you're not sure if you are enough, if you know what to do, but show up anyways. Oh, I tell you, if you have the courage to show up, you'll surprise yourself. Show up anyways. Excellence is our nature. That's my belief. That's my belief to the to the root of my being as I find myself on this journey. And I've had so many blessings and things that come my way. And what they reminded me of is don't ever fall off the pursuit of your excellence. It's okay to not be there yet. Don't ever fall off the pursuit. That's where all the good stuff is. Stay on your pursuit. Stay on the hunt. You'll surprise yourself. That's my message. I'm sticking to it.